guys, it's Serena. 안녕하세요. Welcome back to Fantastic Korean Dishes, where we cook up simple and delicious Korean meals. Today, we're going to be making Andong Jjim Dak. Andong is a city in Korea that's in the southeastern region. Jjim Dak literally translates to braised chicken. This dish is so savory, it's a bit sweet, and it has a subtle hint of spiciness, and it's also extremely healthy for you as well. We've got chicken and tons of vegetables. It's loved by so many Koreans that in fact there are a ton of chain restaurants all over the country that serve Andong Jjim Dak. Today I'm going to teach you a simple and healthy version of it. If you're ready, let's get cooking. So today's recipe serves 4 people. Before we do anything, we're actually going to soak our glass noodles in water first because this takes about 30 minutes. So I have here about 50 grams. So what I'm going to do is put in a big bowl like this, and we're going to pour some water in it. So personally, I find that soaking the noodles in 30 minutes of cold water actually tastes a little bit better. I find that the noodles are chewier. But if you are short on time, you can definitely just soak them in lukewarm to warm water, and that should take you about 15 to 20 minutes. So you're gonna need 1 whole chicken chopped, but these days you can pretty much find chopped and prepped chicken at the supermarket. I always get it like this, already done for me. It makes life a lot easier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take some of the bigger chunks, the bigger pieces of the chicken, and just kind of make little slices into the meat. I'm gonna make 2 on one side and 2 on the other. You definitely want to do this for the legs, and that's just going to help the marinade really get inside. So marinating the chicken is super easy. We're going to put in 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. You want a really full tablespoon actually, and this is to just help give the chicken a little bit of color and also deepen the flavor. You really want the flavor to get right into the chicken. And 1 teaspoon of vegetable umami. And since we're working with raw chicken, I'm just going to use a plastic glove and just give it a nice mix. Giving the chicken a little bit of a nice massage helps too. So you just want to make sure that all the chicken is coated with a bit of the soy sauce. Okay. And we're just going to leave that while we chop up the vegetables. So these are all the vegetables we're going to be putting into our Andong Jjim Dak. Look at that. We've got different flavors, different colors, different textures. So beautiful. We're going to start off with 1/4 of an onion. Now, Andong Jjim Dak, all the ingredients should be chunky, so just always keep that in mind. We're going to cut down lengthwise, once down the middle, and then we're going to make a cross, and then you're going to end up with big chunks like this. Okay? Okay, next you're going to need about 1/3 of a carrot, just so I have a nice flat side to cut with. And I'm going to cut about 0.5 centimeter slices. You can cut them chunkier if you like, but I like them to be a little bit thin so they cook a lot faster. And I'm going to cut them in rounds. Next, we're going to cut up our shiitake mushrooms. I'm just going to take apart the stem just using my hands like this. And for the rest of the mushroom, we're just going to slice them maybe about 1 centimeter in thickness. Should look something like that. Next, we're going to cut our Asian leek. You're going to need 1 whole Asian leek. We're going to be slicing them on a diagonal so we have lengthier pieces. And it's okay to just cut them roughly. Next, we're going to need 3 cloves of garlic using the side of your knife, and you want to use a nice big knife. And with the palm of your hands, just put your whole body weight into it, and then you'll end up with a mashed piece of garlic clove. Next, we're gonna need 1 potato. We're gonna go wash this. So this is one of my favorite ways of cutting a potato. What I like to do is slice the top and the bottom of the potato. You don't want to cut off too much because we want to use as much of the potato as possible. Just holding the potato in one hand, you're going to peel from top to bottom. Okay, so we're going to cut the potato in big chunks as well. So I'm going to cut it right down the middle, right in half. Then I'm going to lay it down and cut it down the middle lengthwise again, and then cut them in thirds. So you'll end up with big chunky pieces like this, and potatoes are so good in Andong Jjim Dak. So we want the Andong Jjim Dak to be a little bit spicy, so we're gonna need 1 green chili pepper, and we're gonna be using 6 dried red chili peppers. Okay, I'm gonna line them up like this, and we're gonna cut them in rounds, nice big chunks, maybe about 3 centimeters in length. You're going to have all these seeds coming out. I'm going to use all of the seeds, but if you can't take a lot of spice, you can definitely take out the seeds if you want. All right, and last but not least, we're going to cut the green chili pepper. Just going to take the stem off with your fingers like that. And we're going to cut them on a diagonal similar to the Asian leek, but a little bit thinner. It's not going to be that spicy because we're only putting 1 in. We're going to make the seasoning for the Andong Jjim Dak. It's only going to take 5 ingredients, super easy. We're going to take 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. And I know this seems like a lot of soy sauce and it seems like it's going to be very salty, but actually we're going to be adding a lot of water to this. So there's going to be, this is basically our soup base. We're going to put in 2 tablespoons of vegetable umami, and this is going to add that deep flavor. It's also adding a lot of the salty flavor as well. Next, we're going to put in some sugar. Now, it's ideal to use brown sugar or a cane sugar just because it has more of a brownish color, and that's going to just add a little bit more color to the dish. Unfortunately, I ran out of mine, so we're going to be just using regular white sugar. We're going to put in 4 tablespoons. We're going to put in about half a teaspoon of pepper and 1 teaspoon of sesame seed oil. And this is just going to add that nutty flavor to it. And we're going to give this a nice stir. Okay, make sure you really scrape the bottom because the sugar is so dense, it's going to kind of settle at the bottom. And you really want to make sure you dissolve all of the sugar. Okay, let's give this a taste. That's really good. Perfect. Okay, so all of our ingredients are ready. We have a whole marinated chicken, and we have all of our vegetables ready. We have our seasoning, and then we have our glass noodles that are nice and soft. Okay, let's head over to the stovetop. I've just actually turned it on just to speed up the process a little bit. We're going to need 800 milliliters of water, 200, 400, 600, 800. I'm going to put in our potatoes and then our marinated chicken. Just be very careful you don't splatter the water on yourself. It's really hot. And your chicken has changed color a bit. We're going to add in our dried red pepper flakes, and I'm going to add in some chunks of garlic. Okay, we're going to let this boil, and we're going to let it boil for just a few minutes. So we're going to keep the chicken at high heat. We're going to keep everything at high heat, and you'll see that you'll have like bubbles that kind of settle at the edges of the pot. That you want to get rid of. So I'm going to just use a ladle like this, and I'm going to just scoop up this foam. Next, we're going to put in our sauce. Make sure you give it a nice stir, because you'll notice that the sugar will have settled down at the bottom again. And just put the whole thing in. Next, we're going to put in a few other vegetables. We're going to put in the carrots and mushrooms and onions. And we're going to leave the green ingredients to the very end. Now that the sauce is in, it smells incredible. So we're going to let this cook for another 5 minutes. Okay, so it looks like our carrots and our other ingredients are pretty much cooked. So we're going to put in the rest. The Asian leek and the green chili peppers. Smells so good. And it looks amazing. It's so colorful. I'm salivating. Okay, now we're gonna put in the glass noodles. Okay, put them right over the pot and cut them right in the middle. And then also push down on the noodles as well. So you really want them to cook in the broth too. Oh, this looks so good. We're all good to go. It's all done. I have a cast iron pot, so my handles are quite hot. I'm just going to be using this to hold it. Okay, let's have a taste of this. I took a sip of the broth and it was so good. We're going to try the chicken, of course. A little bit of broth. The chicken is so tender. It's so good. Wow. The flavor is so yummy. Next, we're gonna try a little bit of the veggies. I think I'm gonna go for the mushrooms. Put a little bit of glass noodles. So good. The shiitake mushrooms are so soft and so chewy. It's so flavorful. Oh my gosh, and the glass noodles are so yummy. Who doesn't love glass noodles, right? This is so good. So as I mentioned, you can serve this with a side dish like this and also a bowl of steamed rice, and it's so delicious just eating it that way. Another favorite way of eating this is just after you've finished most of it. I mean, obviously you're gonna have a little bit left over with the sauce, and then you're gonna add some steamed rice, take it back to the stove top and just cook it on the stove, mixing all that delicious seasoning into the rice, and it is so yummy. So definitely give it a try at home. It is such a wholesome meal and everybody loves Andong Jjim Dak, and it is definitely one of my favorites as well. So yeah, have yourselves an amazing day. I'll be back more with another fantastic Korean dish. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you soon. Bye!